All right, so this is my first winter owning a pool in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which, not exactly frigid winters, but definitely we can get some pretty cold snaps. And I don't really want an eyesore in my backyard all winter long. We got our back porch here and our pool, and that's kind of our backyard. So I'd like to keep it looking decent, and we have a waterfall feature, 3 waterfalls. We've got the plumbing going into it there with a valve that you can turn on the middle waterfall or all 3 of them. And then we've got our skimmer slash return and the main pool jet. So I'm a bit lucky in that all of my pool equipment is well down below the level of my pool, so it kind of drains naturally. This is the return line. I can shut it off, the pump, filter, pool heater, which I got another video, I'm working on that. And then I've got the smaller 1.5 inch line. It's closed right now. It goes to the waterfalls. The main pool jet is the 2 inch line. So my main goal is to winterize just the waterfall line, just the 1.5 inch. I want to get all the water out of it. So my plan and my emergency plan, like if we lost power during an extremely cold event, is to shut all of this stuff off and undo those and drain all of the water out of the equipment without any power pretty quickly. And I guess out of that return line too. So my main goal is to drain the waterfall line so that it's winterized. My plan is to drain, the filter and the heater and the line as much as it'll drain on its own. And then I'll take the lid off of the pump, put a blower in there, open up the waterfall line and blow the water out using the leaf blower, blow it out of the pool. And just as an experiment, I might unscrew these inlets just as a way to quickly lose water, drain water in the event of an emergency, just to make sure that works. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Okay, step 1. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to close. Actually, I know I just did that. My pump is not running right now, but I closed the main pool jet, pool return, opened the waterfall line. My pump is just on a timer right now, so I'm going to make sure it is off. Probably just turn the breaker off to be safe. Actually, I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to worry about resetting the clock or something. So, pump is off. I'm going to undo the drains on the pump. Oh, I forgot. Need to close this, the skimmer line. So, the skimmer main line water into the pump is off. The only line that's open going to the pool is going to the waterfalls, which will mostly drain all of the water naturally. The only thing that'll be left is the plumbing that is inside the wall, which is some flexible PVC. And that's mostly what I'm concerned about blowing out, because most of this PVC will drain by gravity, but there'll be, some water left in the lines. So where these go into the rock wall, you know, there's going to be some dips and such in there that will definitely hold water that don't drain by gravity. So that's what I'm concerned about blowing out. Right now, this valve is turned so that it only comes out in the middle. I'll probably just leave it there and blow it out in the middle and then switch this. If I remember right, it's just straight back towards the wall. It opens up all three of them. Actually, if I go straight down, I think it opens up the two on the ends. So I'll probably do the middle first, see if I get water to come out, and then do the two on the ends, see if I get water to come out. So we'll start draining it here. And then probably need to open up some air on the filter. Yeah, so then the water really starts squirting out. The only other thing I want to know is how hard these connections are to undo. You know, I forgot to mention, you know, we had this pool installed in like, I don't know, the end of June, and I've not ever taken the lid off of this and cleaned out the filter. So while I'm draining all of the equipment and the waterfall line, I'm going to take the lid off of that and rinse off the filter. And I guess I'll get some channel locks or something and see if I can get those busted loose, just so again, as an emergency measure, in case I need to drain water real quickly, that'd be a really handy thing to do. All right, I got some ginormous channel locks. Probably got some pipe wrenches that might have worked too, but mostly this is just for experimental purposes to see if I can quickly drain water out of these. Looks like I can. Water in, water out. So yeah, I can dump water real quick out of that in the event of emergency. All right, I looked at the directions on my filter, and apparently makes sense. There's a drain plug on this also, which I've never noticed before, but it'd be hard to get to. I might have to get a screwdriver to stick back in there. Yeah, I have to get a screwdriver to get that out, and then take my clamp off, get the filter out. Alright, I decided to utilize my channel locks instead of a screwdriver. So I know you can't see much back here, but okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off of the pump. The O-ring. Pump is empty. Strainer basket, pretty clean. So I'll leave that off for now. And I'm going to take the lid off. Where are my channel locks? Down here. lose anything. Keep that oriented the way it was. Whew, kind of dirty. Yeah, got all kinds of junk on there. Let's see, so that must just slide off. I'll rinse that off. Four individual elements, lots of sand and junk. I'll rinse those off. All right, I feel like my experiment with this is done, so I'm going to reconnect this. And then, let's see. I've got the waterfall line open. The return line closed, so I'm gonna get my leaf blower and stick it down in there and probably use the camera because I can't really see the pool while I'm doing the leaf blower. So I'll show the leaf blower what it looks like going in there, and then probably set the camera up so I can review it and see if water comes out the waterfalls. One thing I forgot, I need to close the relief valve on this. That doesn't exactly fit, so I don't know. I gotta come up with something that does fit close enough to force air in. I guess I could undo one of these. That might work. Take a look at that. Alright, came off easy enough. Alright, now forced air in there. Hang off. Pretty well. I mean, it's not tight, but it'll fit over it. So I'm gonna set the camera up to view the waterfall, and we'll see if any water comes out up here. Okay, well, I ended up turning the rubber thing that was on the end of the leaf blower backwards, and I was getting a pretty good seal on here, but still no water was coming out of the waterfall. So the only other thing I never do is to try to hook up there, so don't have all of this volume, and try to go to there. So I'm gonna give that a shot. Well, I just don't think the leaf blower has the force to blow through those lines, so I don't know. I may try a shop-vac, try it the other way. Okay, I'm gonna try the shop-vac. It doesn't have a great seal on here, but I'm just gonna try to hold it there and see what happens. That's exactly what I needed. So I'll let that drain, and then see what it feels like with the vacuum after that. I don't even think I need the leaf blower anymore. I just needed to get that last bit of water out. So I think that's good. That's what I needed. I don't remember where the valve is on the waterfalls. I think it's just maybe on the middle one, so I'll go check that after I do this. So the valve on the waterfall was on the middle one, so now it's on the two outside ones. Should get some more water out. Let's see how much water is in the shop-vac. Yeah, I don't know, gallon and a half. Alright, I mean, I'd kind of like to hook the leaf blower up just so I can verify I feel air coming out up there, but I may do that just for the heck of it. Stick this on. Turn it on. Oh yeah, I can feel air coming out there. The middle one, where's it at? Right here. Nothing, but I shouldn't because the valve is closed to that one. The other outside one, I can hear and feel air coming out there. So now I'll come over here and put this to the middle. And yeah, I can feel and hear air coming out there. So that was my goal. I'm gonna call her good.